SOS Titanic is one of my favorite solitaire card games. For a while, this game was gone, unpublished. In fact, I remember writing to the publisher and saying, you guys try to make an app or republish or something. I always thought this could be a great app because this game's essentially Klondike, much better than Klondike, thematically and also with some of the rules, right? So as a solitaire game, it's great, but you can play it with up to 5 players there. You see, I've had this for a while. And it takes about 30 minutes to play. And I'll give you a brief overview of what this game's about. But if you know Klondike and Patience, you kind of have a cool idea. But what's interesting here thematically, and I particularly enjoy this a lot, is that the cards are passengers. And instead of suits, right, as in Klondike and Patience, the card game, you have the yellow cards, which are second-class cards, and the purple cards, which are first-class passengers. And you're trying to save these people from a sinking ship. It comes with this. I'll show you this in just a second. First, a bit of news. This game was gone for a long time, and now it's being republished by TGG Games. Okay? A deluxe edition of this game by TGG Games. So go check this out. TGG Games. As of this video recording, now I'm not sure when you'll see this video or when I'll actually put it out. It could be a few days from this recording. It is on pre-order. Okay, it's supposed to be released first quarter of 2021. But, you know, with COVID and everything, a lot of these games being produced in China or even, wherever else, it's taking longer to get things done. So it says that it's first quarter of 2021, but regardless, it's coming, okay? A deluxe edition of SOS Titanic. I really enjoy this, and I just want to, sort of show it to you. I did mention this on my top 10 list, but I wanted to give you a better overview here. Now, this book is fantastic because it's basically the ship, right? So if you're familiar with Klondike, you know that you're going to be lining cards here, right? I think we start with 4, 6, 8, and 10, and you line them up here, and that's where you're going to start. You'll have a stack of cards, and one will be turned over, and you're just going to try to be placing these, shifting these passengers around, these cards around, and eventually saving them. Because once you pull out one of these boat cards, these lifeboat cards, these are off to the side, and you can begin saving passengers, right, on this ship. But what's cool here is, depending on what character you get, because you will be choosing a character whether you play solitaire or with other people, it'll allow you to, break some rules depending on the character you have. You'll have a number here, like for instance 1 through 6 cards that you can pull out from the draw pile to try to place them onto the ship so they could then be saved, right? These are people that are on the ship, and then they get lined up, and then from that lineup, right, this lineup here, they get saved on these lifeboats. Thematically, it's very cool because you see these characters, and you want to help them out. Look at this guy. You want to help him out. He's a musician. We need music. We need music in the world. We want to save this guy here, right? So we do our best. So it's more interesting thematically. But anyway, we have this really, really cool book. Every time you cannot play, like when in the beginning of your turn, when you pull out some cards from the draw pile, you got to place a card onto here, right? If you can't do it, then this page turns. Now, what happens when the page turns is that time is passing, and the ship, the different decks of the ship begin to fill up. So as you go through, if you can't save passengers, this is sort of a timed game because the pages will be flipping, and as you see, the ship's already sinking there. The first level here has already been eradicated, right? It's gone. So whatever passengers were there, they get shuffled in. Everything gets reshuffled and reset into these piles here. And on this page, you have the first one gone. If you flip it again, then you have the second one. Once all three are gone, then that one is gone. Anyway, it's a timed game. And I love the book because it just, the pressure, you know, you're trying to get these passengers saved. I mean, let me show you some more passengers. Here's a second class. You know, in the Klondike, you'd have color, you have suits, but here you're dealing with two colors. You want to save that little boy. He's a second class passenger. And you want to save that young lady there. She's a first class passenger. You can't put first class and second class passengers on the same row, right? Just like in Klondike with the suits. You have special cards that allow you, you know, in the process of playing the game, you'll be able to, you'll start with a couple of these, but you'll be able to maybe get them depending on which character you start the game with. You can use these in the game to kind of bend the rules a little bit, break the rules, so that you can advance and save passengers. So comes with this great, this original set, which, you know, you can't get this anywhere. That's why, you know, my cards are sleeved. The manual is, you know, very easy to understand. There's a lot of little details, but I just wanted to give you just a brief overview. Here you got all the different captains and the different characters that you can choose to be. There's an explanation back here of some of the bonus cards that you can use. It's just a great game, right? And as I was saying, like Klondike, you set the cards up here, and you're going to be moving them around, and then eventually getting them on a lifeboat and saving them from the ship. Thematically, it's great. SOS Titanic. I'm really happy it's being re-released. And yeah, TGG Games, go check it out. If you like solitaire games, I love this as a solitaire. I've played it mostly as a solitaire. I maybe played it 5 times as a 2-player game, but a bunch of times as a solitaire game. Very cool. SOS Titanic being re-released in 2021. Go check it out.